Daisy found a very interesting topic about the fifth. This came from Mental Floss, which is a website, and they were talking about the 15 best Gen X movies. And I know there's going to be a lot of opinion about this. And here is their list. We'll just run through it really quickly, and we'll start at the bottom. Number 15, But I'm a Cheerleader, which I've not ever seen.
I've never heard of it.
Okay, thank God. I thought there was something like I was
never even heard of it.
Okay, thank God. All right. Train Spotting, which I've heard of, but also I have not seen. Hackers, which I vaguely remember, but I don't think I saw it.
I don't think that should be on the list.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I don't think. It was fine. I don't think it should be on the list.
Okay. Before Sunrise, I saw it should definitely not be on the list.
I didn't see it. Clueless, that is kind of a classic movie. I mean,
it's
classic. Like my daughter, I made her watch that. Like we watched it. I didn't make her, but we watched it together. I mean, it's sort of a cross-generational thing.
Clerks, I mean, I can see the inclusion. Wasn't one of my favorites.
Fine.
Reality Bites.
I graduated.
Not a favorite.
I graduated college that year that it came out, so it spoke to me.
Yeah. I mean, to me it's good, but like there's so many other movies that are similar that I like better, I think.
Yeah.
Singles, kind of the same thing.
Okay, right.
Boys in the Hood.
Fine. It's fine.
All right. Pump Up the Volume.
I don't remember this.
Not the top 15.
Right.
Do the Right Thing.
Isn't that
Heathers?
Yeah. Heathers, it was okay. It was all right.
War Games.
I mean, okay. Risky Business, yes.
Absolutely. Risky Business for sure.
And Fast Times
and Fast Times.
Yes, without question. Okay, so what would you add to the list?
Well, if we're really looking at the period of 1980 to say 1999, there's no better movie that ever existed during that time period than Shawshank Redemption. Yeah, period. The end.
I think that's like you and I became friends. Like it was like a stepbrothers moment when she one of our first conversations. We were like, oh my God, Shawshank was like my favorite movie. Did we just become best friends like that? So I can agree with you that Shawshank is one of the best movies of that era ever. However, that same year, Forrest Gump was made. And that's a tough call because both of those movies are excellent. They just happen to be made in the same year. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that Forrest Gump ran away with a lot of the awards that year and Shawshank didn't. I was robbed.
Totally robbed.
Yeah. So that was it was a very painful year for me because that's when I still actually gave a crap about movies.
Yeah.
And so that was one of them. And then I also, I can't remember the year, and I probably should know this because I know we're talking about years. I should probably look it up, but well, I'm sure it was in the 90s, but Goodfellas is one of my favorites.
Yeah. And Casino, that was like all of those in that same time frame. They were such classics.
Goodfellas is a classic for me. I think in the 80s and 90s, if you're a girl, you have to see Beaches.
Oh yeah.
You have to see Beaches. Like I saw that my senior year of high school. And I have never cried so hard as I have I did in that movie. And then, Steel Magnolias is another one for girls. Like it's just a classic movie. Top Gun is a classic. Top Gun is Americana. Like you have to have that on the list. But then there are also ones like Say Anything, 16
or any John Hughes, literally all of them.
Right. All of the John Hughes movies, like 16 Candles, Breakfast Club, all those movies. I think that they personified Gen Xers. They personified our age group. I mean, I feel like Pretty in Pink, all of them, they all were like our age group. And then I'll add to that, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Grosse Pointe Blank. Have you ever seen that movie?
Yeah.
I really love that movie. Before I found out that John Cusack was just a complete commie.
Yeah.
I love movies that he was in, like Grosse Pointe Blank and High Fidelity. I love those movies. And,
what's the one that he did with Kate Beckinsale? Serendipity. I really love that one too.
Really, really cute movie. You in danger. With your personal information being shared with all the criminals out there and whatnot. So make sure that you stop data brokers from stealing and exposing all of your personal information. You can visit Aura. It's aura.com/chicks. Get a free trial, 14-day free trial, and see how much of your information is being sold. A lot of mine was being sold. I had no idea. I had 4 instances they came back with. You should totally check this out. It's aura.com/chicks. Do that. You should totally do that. And then I think this was in 2000, but it's one of my favorite movies. It's on my top like 5 favorite movies of all time, but it's Almost Famous.
Oh, yeah, it's a great one. I think that might have just missed the cusp of this discussion.
It was
but
2000. It was 2000. And then I see somebody else saying like Pretty Woman is one, and Dirty Dancing and Roadhouse. Dirty Dancing is like our How many times did you see Dirty Dancing?
Oh, a billion. Like I could recite it. If you put it on right now, I could say the movie with it.
I think I saw it in the movie theaters like 9 times with my friends. And then When Harry Met Sally is another one.
Love that movie.
Classic movie. City Slickers. People are saying I love it. Terminator.
Footloose.
Classic.
Footloose. Are you kidding? Can I tell you some of mine? Because I know you're looking at the audience, but I haven't told any.
Yes, please go. Please go.
I mean, other than Shawshank, which is of course like the very, very best one. But I feel like they're in outside of the genre that we're sort of talking about. Spinal Tap.
Oh my God, of course. You got to have Spinal Tap.
You have to have Spinal Tap, right?
And Best in Show. Was Best in Show?
I don't know.
It's the same genre. People. Right. The same people that did it, but Spinal Tap is a classic.
E.T.
E.T. was E.T.
Phone Home. Raiders of the Lost Ark. That was that era. What else did I? Purple Rain, which was one of my favorites. Maybe that's not like an Oscar winner, but
it was indicative of the era.
Yeah. And then the coming of age movies like Stand By Me and Goonies, right? Like some of those, you just can't. You can't leave them out.
Everything. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then Dead Poet Society.
Yes.
Was also Goodwill Hunting. Like those are.
I think that one is Goodwill Hunting. Like even I think that may be in that. Is that?
It's in that. Yeah.
It's in that. It's in that that bracket. God, I love that movie.
I know. It's
such a great. Did you say Goonies? People are saying Goonies.
Yeah.
Goonies. Yeah.
Yeah. That and Stand By Me, they go together for me somehow. And then on a more serious note, Sophie's Choice was also just an epic one. And then there's a movie, and this barely made the cut, but I remember it because my husband and I went to go see it, and then we went to dinner afterwards, and we did not speak the entire dinner. We were wrecked. We left the theater in tears. We sat at dinner and only spoke to the waitress. We were just wrecked. And it was $1 Million Baby with Hilary Swank and Clint Eastwood. There's nothing that I can't think of a movie right now that has wrecked me harder than that movie.
Really?
Oh my God.
I was
destroyed by it.
Yeah. That's God, there's so many. Princess Bride. Princess Bride.
Oh, Rocky Horror Picture Show. Did you ever do that?
Oh my God. Yes. Rocky Horror Picture Show. Oh my God, you guys. Yes. The Sandlot. Also one that every boy should see. The Sandlot. I mean, girls should see it too. And then the Rocky series. Like Rocky, are you kidding me? Did you know that Sylvester Stallone just did, there's like a little, I think it's on Netflix. It's a Sylvester. I honestly don't remember what it's called, but it's basically about him and his career.
Oh, really?
It's so good. He's so endearing.
Okay, I would have watched that. Had you not said that?
Yeah, it's really good. It's just about him and how in his career and like his family life and stuff like that. I really like him. You know, he's like he's good. And his brother is a super uber conservative. Did you know that, Frank Stallone?
I did not. Oh yeah, you did tell me that before. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that
Airplane, that's a great one. Airplane. And Field of Dreams. Oh yes,
Field of Dreams was great. And then what's the one with Kevin Costner and the oh God, you guys,
Dances with Wolves.
Oh my God. You know, when I was younger, I didn't appreciate that movie, but now as I'm an adult, I watch it and I'm like, it's everything. It's so good.
It's so good.
I really appreciate it. Yeah. St. Elmo's Fire, you guys.
There's just so many good ones.
And the movies now suck, right? They suck. It's hard to just come up with a list of 10 or 15. It's like so many.
It is.
You have to like introduce your kids to all of these fantastic movies. We could go on and on. There's so many.
Oh my gosh, we could go on forever.